movies. Mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, terrestrials. In this episode, I've talked Jerry into doing well, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Um Jerry accidentally deleted a bunch of our unreleased videos. So we were talking about doing something a little bit newer, and then I was like, hey man, remember like a month ago, 2 months ago, we were going to do this movie, and then it disappeared on us, and then
Right.
it's back.
Hmm.
And he put it
It's
off
back.
as long
Right.
as he could, but we're here now. So,
Right. That's all that matters is we are here now. So,
all right, Jerry. Let's start. Let's start. What do you got for me? What do you think?
B plus.
Interesting. That's really
Strong
high.
B plus. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like this is probably a B. It's it's a lot stronger than I remember. It is still
Yeah.
very 90s camp, like, a lot of the characters are not, but in the 90s, this was like cream of the crop acting. These
Yeah.
actors, not acting, sorry, acting actors. Uh
Actors. Right.
I like Freddie Prinze Jr. was everywhere. Ryan Felipe or Philip, whatever. He was everywhere. Sarah
Hmm.
Michelle Gellar was everywhere. Jennifer Love Hewitt was not really anywhere. But
Party of five.
well, yeah, but I mean that was TV, so this is like her transition.
Yeah,
Uh,
she was a natural to be on because, it's like, well, Nev was on Party of Five and then
mhm.
she did that thing and then,
Yeah, right.
so
And we want a little bit of that thing as well.
right.
So,
And then that's why I put a B plus on it because I'm coming at this like dual. Like not only am I the creator, but I'm also the destroyer. Fucking because at one point I'm like, there's nothing really shitty that I can find. But then when shitty stuff like my little fucked up brain was noticing,
mhm.
I was laughing my ass off. Holy shit. Oh my God. I was fucking going crazy. Like, why does fucking David from Roseanne have kind of like a, I don't know, Southern accent? Like, he keeps going in and out of like this weird Southern accent if you listen real close and shit,
I didn't catch that
especially when they come like a
the
year
second time
later.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he kind of has like this like accent. I was just no I was like, is he trying to do like a French, like a Creole thing and stuff? And then like,
I think
oh,
that's just the way he talks, man.
I
Because
don't know.
if they were going to do an accent, it would have to be a northern accent. This is like New England, this is Maine, Connecticut,
My
somewhere
brain
up
was
in
thinking it
there.
was like this got to be Maryland because all they're showing is fucking crabs
Well, yeah,
and
no, they do that outside of Maryland too. Maryland's just
right,
known for it.
right.
But yeah, no, this is like
That's what
Cape
you, yeah.
Cod. Like this is like white upper crust
Oh
in
yeah,
Maine
yeah.
area. Dude, it's hilarious that it starts out with typo negative summer breeze.
Oh my God,
Um,
it was gonna move down a point. It's like, oh, you couldn't play that any longer, huh? Couldn't play that
um,
fucking longer. That was like one of the best parts and shit. No, you're just like and then they go into another song, but it's like serious because then the fucker's like staring at his pendulum and shit on the fucking like
yeah, yeah,
rocks and whatnot, and it's
yeah.
just like, no, 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 gotta go back to the summer breeze. Fucking that was a good song.
He never got past the first 40 seconds of the movie
Yeah,
because he just kept
the
rewinding.
second that it the
Uh,
summer
yeah.
breeze, and then it just
And
dies
literally
off.
just because that's all they needed.
Right.
Because it was showing breeze and water. But yeah, the thing that drove me the craziest about this movie, out of everything in this movie, I don't have a lot of gripes with this movie.
No.
The thing that drove me crazy was the ice at the end when Jennifer Love Hewitt's going through the ice and it's very clearly not ice at all.
Right.
It's
It's
just like those
plastic
plastic
rocks.
jewels from
Yeah.
fucking Hobby Lobby or whatever. But yeah, that I overall, all right, so you've got like a pretty stacked cast for this.
Yeah.
Um, that with these slashers, these 90s slashers, that's what they wanted.
That's what
They
they
were
wanted.
taking
That's the
anything and
ticket.
everything.
Yep.
This is the stereotypical faces on the cover that Jerry loves to death.
Hmm.
Um, but everybody did a good job. I think that the the difference in acting, right? Because Jennifer Love Hewitt is a very subtle and then explosive kind of character in this movie.
Right.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is the weakest person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
And I
there's a
mean
couple
constitutional,
moments
like
where it's
I meant like
like,
constitution, not muscles.
right.
Like Johnny Galek or whatever, Roseanne, like the fucking what's his name? I don't know.
David.
David, yeah, David is literally hitting on your girl, and you've got your homeboy defending your girl for
Yeah.
you because you won't do it.
And like at first we start with him back at like the crab dip restaurant or whatever where he's a waiter
Yeah.
and fucking like he looks like one of those like pushover like incel guys who's like, he's just like, oh, but I've liked her since kindergarten and stuff, and then like when the deed is done and he pulls his truck up,
Mhm.
he's like all of a sudden like a badass. It's
I
like,
don't I so I don't think that he ever played like a weak person because he never like he stood up for himself in both ends at that first instance when he was like trying to get J-Lo or Jennifer Love Hewitt drunk.
right,
Um he did not back down from Ryan Phillippe at all.
right,
Which
but
so like for that part, but I'm talking about Freddie Prinze Jr. in that situation
yeah,
being weak
Freddie Prince and that
constitutionally.
fucking that
Like that was sad.
yeah,
Like you've got your homie taking care of your girl for you. And the guy even says it. He goes, I'm taking care of your girl like I said I would.
yeah,
Like, why is that a thing? Like so like I feel like the through line with David I don't think they ever set him out to be a bitch. But he was just like, because he goes there and then he mouths off after they kill the guy or whatever.
right.
And then the rich boy comes back, pushes him around, and then you can see him like I think that his character
Right, but I
envious of the position that those upper crust whites are in.
right. But the thing that I is like, okay, I've seen a lot of horror movies and I know the taste of ice cream, and I've seen that flavor of ice cream in these movies where there's always that one guy who wants to be with our main character girl and whatnot, and he's a bitch, he's an incel and stuff, it's like that's what we're kind of like. If it's not wrote that way, it's troped that way where my
I think
brain,
it's yeah. I would go with the latter of those two.
yeah,
Because again, I mean, he stands up for himself. He smarts off to Freddie Prinze Jr. He like he gets beat up. So, but everybody gets their ass handed to him every once in a while.
right,
Especially when because even when pretty boy blondie guy comes into the place and he goes, "Hey man, can we talk for a second?" He's like, "Oh, this ain't private enough for you." Like he's not backing down from these guys. So I don't
yeah,
think he's a bitch. I just think that he wants to be where they are. And he was attacked like out of nowhere. There was no reason for uh him to do that to him. So
yeah,
he got caught off guard. And I think that if he had been on guard, it would have been a different story. Maybe he still would have got handed, he still got his legs whipped, but still he would have, So
yeah.
I feel like trope is that's what we're
It
talking
just
about
feels
here. But
trope,
yeah,
and like, I mean, of this movie is tropes. Like it's a lot of tropes,
right.
but um, they expel expectation. Where it's like, oh yeah, that person that they're gonna die, or they're gonna die, or and or Scooby-Doo ending.
Mhm.
Like my brain's going, okay, who is it? This one was left field Scooby-Doo, where
Well,
it's like,
yeah,
ha ha ha,
they don't even bring this guy
you don't
up.
even know who the fuck that
Yeah,
guy is.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
well, he's the dead guy's he's the dead guy's dad or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I mean they did a good job of like, oh, it's definitely gonna be this person. Oh, it's got to be this person, and then it's
Mhm.
not. So
And
they did that well. But
what's her name? Fucking the little blonde from the redneck cabin in New England.
oh yeah, yeah,
Fucking like,
yeah.
where the fuck? Like,
Well, I mean, it feels very like southern, like backwoods, but
yeah.
I'm sure that that exists because in port towns like that, when you're close to the water, that's where the whites are, like the upper crust whites. But you back away from that, just like here. If you know, we have the upper crust whites,
Right on the coast.
and then you back away, 2 miles, and it is the ghetto.
Yeah.
So it's the same concept, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
um,
But my brain just says, wait a minute, fucking New England white trash is way different than fucking like
hey, white
hillbilly
trash, man.
yeah, white trash is white trash and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like instead of like her chewing fucking like snuff, and instead of her, snuffing, fucking she'd be like smoking a pipe, like in the lighthouse. Fucking like
Yeah,
that's all
yeah,
I can think
yeah.
of
There you go.
is that white
Uh,
trash up there. Fucking,
she didn't
like
have any tattoos over her eyebrows, so Jerry was
yeah,
uncomfortable with
yeah.
her. But yeah,
Like what's a New England cigarette compared to fucking like
I
yeah,
feel like they smoke those like what were those called? The Nat Coles or whatever.
parliaments.
The different no Parliament.
Uh,
My uncle smoked Parliaments
yeah.
every damn day for 50 years. That's white trash as shit. Um, no, those Nat
That's
Coles that
universal.
came in different colors. Each cigarette was a different color rolling
Ooh,
paper. And it had a gold filter. All of them had gold filters, like
God
shiny
damn.
gold. Yeah, that's upper crust white shit.
No.
But yeah, I mean, overall, all right. So we're talking about characters a lot. The
That's because that's the big thing on this movie is characters because we have so many. Because like, okay, I'll say compared to Scream, okay, like they have different characteristics, but mostly all just sad white people who are going to get butchered in the end. This rich
yeah.
sad white people who are going to get butchered in the end. But yet they have like little uniqueness here and there and stuff, you
Well,
know.
I think one of the big things that this movie did is they killed the killer in the beginning.
Right.
Or like set the emotion events. The way they got to the slaughter is way different than any of the other movies in that time.
Right.
They didn't start out with the main characters caught like committing a crime and then being like atoning for that crime later. Some of them,
Hmm.
not all of them, some of them. So that part I was like, damn, this really is kind of a standout movie in that era. And you hear them even, which I thought was a little strange, but you hear them talking about urban legends at the
Yeah, they're
beach in
doing
the
the urban
beginning,
legend.
and then the next year or a year later, Urban Legends comes out.
Yeah,
So
next year.
yeah, um, but the way they get to where they're going to the slaughter is
Hmm.
different. The use of the town, it's not all like this town feels very quaint and small, but
Hmm.
massive at the same time.
Right.
Um, I liked the majority of this. It shows what kind of town we're dealing with like the high school girls in a beauty pageant. It shows, the gym is just like one dude in like a punching bag,
Right,
and
fucking like in the dock.
yeah,
But oh my
yeah,
God, let's talk about that beauty contest because I feel like that was just kind of like we need more fugglier girls and shit because Sarah Michelle Gellar is here. We can't have hot girl like all of them look like they were in their 30s, like
yeah. Well,
around Sarah and like that one has a Karen haircut. I know it's 97, but god
that one's holding
damn.
a goddamn baby.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean,
What?
yeah, I mean, Sarah, she's definitely gorgeous for her time. Um,
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
especially when she
she
cuts her hair in this movie. Fucking, it's just like, oh, Buffy. Fucking love it. Fucking or like, oh my God. And then we go back to the beauty pageant second round, and like she's like, they're killing my boyfriend up in the rafters, and then
yeah.
everybody's trying to stop her from getting away. It's like, what the
She's a
fuck?
free human being that
Yeah.
can leave at any time she feels like it.
The cops like,
What are you
wait a
holding
minute,
her?
whoa, what's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Like,
You
shut the
get your
fuck
fucking
up.
ass back on that stage and look cute. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? But yeah,
Like,
there's
what?
certain parts of the movie that are like very overacted.
Yeah.
Um, and they're the part like Scary Movie makes fun of the like where are you? Like that whole like spinning like top angle that thing. But one of my favorites is just the unnecessary nastiness of Ryan Phillippe's character when when
Yeah, that,
they
yeah.
come
It's
back
just
to
like,
his house and he's like, "You two look like shit."
yeah.
Like, hey, why are you being mean, you fucking piece of shit? Like I think he is the one that is meant to show that like no consequences, upper crust, because the rest of them don't have that. Freddie works at the docks. Uh, Party of
Yeah, we don't
Five
even know what
is
the fuck he does.
yeah,
So,
he carries around baskets of like 4 or 5 fish in them, and that's all I saw him do.
yeah.
But yeah, and then Party of Five goes to college, and then Buffy stays there or comes back from New
She works
York,
at the perfume
and
counter.
yeah, she works at the perfume counter at the local,
Yeah.
whatever.
She got her
So
OnlyFans and
he's
shit,
the
you know?
only one that has the luxury of this not affecting him if it
Right.
were to come out. But he is aggressively a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And, maybe one leads to the other. I don't know. But I know a lot of like upper crust whites that are decent humans and plenty more that aren't. But this
Right.
one just happens to fall
Those are
into
the
the
Freddie
aren't.
Princes. The other ones
Right.
are the
Yeah.
fucking curly haired white guy and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking what do you call it? The overacting. My favorite
Mm.
is okay, so is her name Anne Hathaway?
Who?
The blonde headed woman at the fucking
No.
the
No, that's
barn.
not. Yeah, no, that's not Anne Hathaway.
No,
Um,
what was her goddamn name? She was in fucking Psycho, the remake.
yeah.
She was dating Ellen for a while. God damn it.
Yeah, she was Ellen's first wife before
Yeah.
Portia.
I remember she went crazy and shit. Well, not crazy, but she was dehydrated or something and fucking like hit her
Oh,
car.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anne Hirsch.
And her, yeah, is
Yeah.
that okay?
That
Yeah,
was
but
that was a good job. You got the first name. I wouldn't
yeah,
even have gotten that.
but like they're at the house and they're talking and they're having a good old time and they're like, all right, we're gonna go wait for A&A at our car. Okay, cool. They go to the car and they left their cigarettes and she comes mad dashing
Yeah.
to let them know they forgot their cigarettes. Like, like
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
the fuck? Just like
It's supposed
chill.
to be a scary moment where you go, "Why are you actually here? What are you doing here?" And then she's like,
No,
"Nah, you forgot your ciggies.
you got forgot your cigarettes.
You got your
Fucking
ciggies here."
oh great, the fucking mom pa clamp it up there in the fucking hills moved out here to New England. Now
uh,
this okay, so another thing we can talk about
Hold on,
is okay.
one
Oh,
more.
oh, overacting?
I
Okay,
could,
go.
yeah, I couldn't help. So obviously, all of Ryan Phillippe's parts are overacting, but there's one part that I couldn't help but laugh and giggle at is when they finish talking or whatever, like the
Mm-hmm.
group of them finish talking on the dock, and Freddie's just like, "Hey, look, I know you blame me, blah 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 blah." And she's like, "I don't blame you, but I also don't want to know you." And her hands are in her pockets, and she runs away like this. And I was just laughing because all I could think is her being like
Yeah.
when she's running away. I was just like, this is I like rewound it. I had to rewind it like 5 times and keep turning the TV up because I know she says like, I don't blame you, but I also don't. I thought she said, I don't want to know you, or I don't want that reminder or
All right.
something. So I had to keep rewinding and I kept watching her run away. Like, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. I was like,
Oh my
this
God.
is the
Yeah.
best part of the movie right here by far. Like,
That's one thing I will say though, like that's really a plus about this. And I think that's what The Shining light of this movie is from the beginning of the movie to the time we see 1 year later is just the most iconic. It's probably out of a horror movie the most iconic like 15 minutes of rich whites
Hmm.
party drink on the beach premarital sex
Hmm.
fucking driving a car
Hmm.
stupidly, it's like dude just slow down.
Yeah, BMW too, by the way.
Yeah, just slow the fuck down,
And
you
like a
know.
95 BMW in 98. So
Yeah,
that's really new.
yeah. But that is just so iconic. It's been done over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like it's been parodied,
Oh, to death,
tons of
yes.
times, probably more than Scream, I would say. And Scream is the Mac Daddy. But I think that that
Yeah.
idea of I know what you did last summer,
Mhm.
receiving a letter like I know, like that's been parodied so much.
Right.
Which makes me want to think, chicken or the egg. Yeah, Scream is the high water mark, you
Right.
know.
Scream
But
really, they made fun of Ghostface. They didn't really make fun of too much of the movie itself.
the phone
Right, right,
and
right.
fucking like, but Scream is the high water mark for this genre of horror movie.
Okay.
But it did was what was the chicken or the egg? Was it because of Scream's popularity that all of these movies got like greenlit? Okay, go print money, fucking, or was it Scream was popular, then I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, became popular, and then they were like, oh, wait a minute, there's a pattern, you know?
Yeah, see, that's the thing though, because there's a pattern, but there isn't a pattern. Like
Put
these two movies, like the only reason you can compare these two movies is because a bunch of kids die by a slasher, and they both
that and the
came
guy who
out.
wrote them wrote both of these. You know that?
Oh, did he?
The guy who wrote Scream wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer. He wrote it he wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer first, couldn't
Uh-huh.
sell it, sold Scream, and then fucking
Well, there
like
you go.
all the
That just
studios were
yeah.
Googling over it.
So that immediately every single person that goes, it's just this movie. No, it's not. Actually, it was first.
Right.
He just couldn't sell it. So even you have made the remark of, well, no, it's just trying to be. Well, actually, it was first.
Hey, he would
But
not that movie would have not seen the day of light if Scream didn't
true,
come
and
out and
Scream wouldn't have
fucking
seen
make a
the day of
path.
light if it wasn't for Wes Craven.
Right.
So, but the point is they're not the same movie. Yeah, they
No,
have the
no.
same idea of they're both slashers, but again, I Know What You Did Last Summer is almost completely different outside of upper crust whites are in trouble.
White
That's the
people
only thing that
getting
are the same
hurt.
because
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer takes a completely different route to it and a
Right.
completely different, very fresh, even though it came first, it came after
Right.
and to our hearts. But it it takes a completely different route. It's its own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And Scream is its own thing. So they're standalone things. So you can't put them close, you can't really compare them because it's too different. It's like comparing Texas Chainsaw and like Halloween. It's like, yeah,
Right.
they're among the same thing, but they're not the same thing. So you can't really compare them. You
In
can definitely have
in
a
the sense
favorite.
of their attribute their their
Come on, you'll
place
get
on the
there.
hill.
Okay.
Yeah, like but I will say though that what came from Scream to this to I'll go urban legend, and there's
Yeah.
like a whole branch of them
Mhm.
is you get popular teen actors from that day, which has always happened, right?
Yeah.
That's not nothing new.
Right.
You have the Scooby-Doo ending, so us as the audience don't know who's in the mask. I mean,
Mhm.
before it was Jason Voorhees or like Michael Myers or we knew could
Mhm.
because those were
We
our
knew eventually, yes.
our
In the
cartoon
like the third
characters.
third sequel we knew.
I
But
guarantee
in the
anybody
first
going
one,
into Friday the 13th part 4, well, not part 5, they thought it was Jason and it turned out to be just some guy,
right, and number
you know?
one was the mom, not
Right.
Jason. So,
But so we have, you know, pretty white people in the first movie,
mhm.
and then we and then we add some diversity into the second movie. But we got pretty white people getting killed off. Scooby-Doo, fucking who could it be? And then uh pop music, I will say, in both of these movies, really, you take that pop music, you mix it in there, and that's always been around, but this just is a generation of horror. Like, this is a specific generation of horror movie. You cannot compare them to the 80s. You definitely can't compare them to like the 2000s, like the mid 2000 like remake styles
Mhm.
and stuff. They are just on their own
Mhm.
and they're great. You know, and friggin', you know, it happened. I watched The Faculty like a couple of days ago. It's good. I
Yeah, it
mean, I
is.
still have my gripes.
Yeah,
Still got my gripes,
yeah.
but it's the same and I we got to keep digging. There's got to be
It's
more.
it's there definitely is more. Uh I just think that the important thing to keep in mind is like again, yeah, they're the same concept of like, yes, whites are in trouble. But but
Oh
right,
no.
yeah.
We were such
Um
assholes
yeah,
and now we
exactly.
have problems.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, I'm totally
But the delivery
boo-hoo.
system and the way we get to that Scooby-Doo ending is
Is different.
so unique, and
Right.
that's what I like. And not only is it so it's so unique to every other movie. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like seven screams in a row are the exact same concept seven times in a row. Like Urban Legend two times in a row is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the like I Know What You Did Last Summer is the well, one and two, and then the new one, but they're the only ones that did it this way.
Right.
So
They have a
I think
uniqueness in general.
I think that that uniqueness really is a big boaster for this movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with
Um,
that, where it is good. It is a good palate cleanser.
yeah,
You know,
when I first saw this when it came out, I was like, oh, okay. And then years, oh, in years, I was just like, no, I don't really want to see it again. I don't really care.
yeah.
And I'm not interested in this movie. And then randomly we started down this road and I was like, you know what I haven't seen in a long time? I'm gonna watch this. And then I
Right.
came back and I was like, actually, this is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, okay. Anyways, and I was like, no, 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 dude, seriously, this is pretty good. And you were like,
It's
okay,
like,
eventually. And
okay.
so
So it was the
I'm
first
glad
time
we
watching The
finally got around to
Faculty.
it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy to me. That's
So
so crazy to me.
yeah, it was the first time watching The Faculty. I had watched Urban Legend. I saw it. I cared nothing for it at the time. I came out
I
like
liked it.
I liked it, you know. But you know, it's like, wow, this is a great movie. Never gonna watch it again. Fucking until I have an internet show almost 27 years later.
Right.
Um, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I watched it. I was kind of bored because by the time that it came out on videotape,
Mhm.
it had been parodied, let's
Mhm.
say on SNL or Mad T or on television shows because
Yeah,
it took a
scary
while.
movie.
Well, I don't think Scary Movie was out at that time yet, but
Oh,
it took a while for it to go
did
from
it not?
the movie to the VHS. And by the time that I got it out on the VHS, it was already a joke.
Yeah,
And so when I watched it, I knew what it was, and I really didn't care.
that's weird that this movie came out in 2000 or 1997 and S- Scary Movie parried it in 2000 with
Hmm.
that aggressively long, what are you waiting for? With her like running in circles.
Hmm.
But yeah, I saw it when it came out on video. I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it
Right.
when it came out, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm glad that I waited this long to watch it because I did go through that period, and me and you've been talking a lot off camera about music
Mm.
and not being able to like things because we were afraid that people were going to be like, oh, that's
It
stupid, or
became overplayed
you
and too popular at the
well,
time.
not only that, but
Oh,
people, we were concerned with people's opinions of what we were
ah,
listening to. And that's a younger thing. Like that's
hmm
just how it goes. We're free from that now. So if I want to,
free.
yeah, if I want to go back and I want to listen to a Dave Matthews song, then I don't give a shit. I'm going to do it.
Ugh, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
exactly.
fucking no, no.
But this brings me to the point. It's funny that you went, ugh,
Eh,
because you're still the gatekeeper of movies. You still
right.
don't have that, you don't have that freedom yet in
I
your
can't
own
lose my
brain.
title, you know.
Um, in your own brain, you won't let yourself be
Right. I
happy.
can't. I can't. Yeah. There is no
You have
happy.
to dislike the faculty, and I know what you did last summer because you're afraid some like
I didn't
horror
dislike it.
person's
It's
gonna.
just that.
No, no, no.
Oh my
I
God.
know, but
I'll
like,
tell you what, man. Fucking, if they, you want a drinking game for fucking, I know what you did last summer. You want to fucking like riff? Like I can't help but riff,
mhm.
especially like when I see something. I
Yeah.
know when Freddie Prince was sitting there talking to fucking David in the truck and he
Mhm.
was just like, hey, what's going on? I was like, all right, someone needs to go smack him and be like, okay, we're acting now. We're
Right,
acting.
right, right.
Okay. Your dad was an amazing comedian, but hey,
Yeah.
come on, buddy. You got to make that paycheck,
Yeah.
you know? Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, it definitely has its sillies.
yeah,
It has its goofs. Which, okay, cool. I'm okay with that as well. But I think that this movie is a lot better than it's remembered.
yeah,
I watched the second one and I was like, this is nowhere near the first one. Like
right.
it's not, I think it's something that we can visit at some point because it's worth at least going into. And again, the diversity, at least there's some diversity in that movie.
Right.
But overall, this one stands out as a really good one. And the new one, I think they did a decent job of like rebooting it essentially.
hmm
Um with it, it's the same concept, same thing, but just they take the scream aspect of it. Is like the killing is happening again, but who's the person? Because the last time they were dead. Well, this is now the legacy thing. So like
Right.
they did it right in that case, but this one really stands out as something from that generation that is top tier as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, it's not Scream,
Right.
but it is better than Urban Legend. I'd put Faculty above this, but you know, there's more. There's more out there, and it's a forgotten era of movies because a lot of them didn't come till 98, 99, 2000 to try to get that scream,
hmm
like catch that scream thing. But I think it's a good, it's a good path to walk down every once in a while because
Yeah.
there are some
It's
gems out there.
the
Like Idle
parody.
Hands that Jerry will not
Yeah.
just give up on hating.
So it is the parody is over on it. It needs its due. It's a great movie. In that case, Jacob, would you go see this in the theater?
Yeah, I probably would if it came out like right now, no, because I've seen it like three times in the last couple months. But
hmm
yeah, I would go check this out in theaters.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Own a physical copy.
Yeah, I got it on VHS. I got one and
I
two.
really want a fucking uh DVD of this. Like now, like okay, so I'm good with my 1980s, 1970s horror movies.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I need some of these late 90s horror movies. I really need like Scream, and I have Scream, but I don't have a good copy. I want a multi-box, of all the Screams. But I Know What You Did. I want Urban Legend. I want faculty, I want these gems,
Yeah.
because they've hit back on the radar.
Mm,
We did I don't have Jeepers Creepers. I know we that I will put in there even though it was more in the 2000s.
yeah.
But
I feel like the 90s slasher really does go into like 2003.
right,
We've talked about this in so many different things, where, the 80s bled into the 90s.
right,
So the 90s didn't really find themselves until 1993 or something like that, because you were still doing 80s things.
right.
Same thing with the 2000s. The 2000s didn't really find themselves. They were still running off of 90s. So
Yeah, they had to start doing the remakes, and then they did like
yeah, that was like
basically Japanese
2005.
remakes,
Yeah, that was like '05 forward.
Right.
The Ring and The Grudge were like 90s movies, like 2099,
Hmm.
2000.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that these are great things to own. And we can
Yes.
find more. But one thing that we have to look out for in the future, because it's going to change. It's already changing in this time frame, but especially in the years like we're going to be watching a lot of thrillers because this is the time where horror didn't sell. So when they made a horror, they called it a
They
thriller
called it
to
a
get
thriller.
more people in the seats.
Yep.
So we're going to end up like What Lies Beneath type thrillers where, the others is a thriller. They're not horrors. So, they're still horrors, but they weren't labeled
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
just to sell them.
Yep.
So keep in mind when you're looking for these style movies, if you're looking for one to, bring to the table, you have to accept thrillers too, because normally that's something we're kind of like, if we can avoid it, but
Yeah, I mean
that's the
that would be
time
a great
frame when this.
discussion before we even get into is like horror thriller. Like it's,
It's the
like
same thing. It's just a
yeah, your
selling
chocolate
tactic.
is on my peanut butter, your peanut butter's on my chocolate. It's
Right.
like, no, 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 shut the fuck up. It's a Reese's. Fucking leave it
Right.
It's like,
Stir of Echoes is a thriller, not a horror,
oh,
but
yeah, sure. It's
it's a
fucking
horror.
ghosts.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
fucking ghosts. It's
Exactly.
a
That's
scary
another
movie and stuff,
gem from this time frame too. So,
right? So it's a new term that they tried to put on horror movies because the establishment of well-designed movies don't like the word horror movie because
mhm,
that's cheap. It's a
yeah.
cheap movie that
Mhm,
teens go and make out and rock
yeah.
and roll
Yeah.
and their hula
Right.
hoops and their Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, fucking I'm
Exactly.
sorry. Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie. It's
Yeah,
not a
absolutely.
thriller. It's a fucking horror movie. There's a
Mhm.
serial killer that wants ladies' body parts and
Is
become
she
a
a big
lady.
fatty? Is she a big
Yeah.
fatty? Fat. She a big fatty?
Fucking puts a lotion on the skin or else it gets a hose again.
Yeah.
Fucking is this a cult classic?
I mean, no, because everybody knows it.
Right.
But the people who like it probably, I would say yes. There's a cult following, there's a cult love of the movie,
Right.
but as far as popularity, it's just as big as, well, it's not as big as Scream,
It's
but
not
it's
as big as
up there.
Scream,
It's
but
up there
it
with Scream. You can ask 90% of people and they go, yeah, no, I know that movie.
right,
So,
right. And they'll probably say, "Yeah, I don't like it as much as Scream."
yeah,
And it's like, "Have you watched it in
right,
a little bit?"
right.
No.
That's why
No,
I
I
brought up, I'm
haven't.
glad I watched it now so I can
Right.
see the intelligence of the movie, whether it was overacted or not, or
Right.
whether Freddie Prince Jr. is a bitch, a
Beach.
baby back bitch, or not. A it's still a brilliant movie in its own right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
So
Jennifer Love Hewitt,
yeah.
her stringy fucking no volume
Oh,
hair.
look, I'm
Yeah.
so depressed. I'm wearing overalls and a fucking. It's like, yeah, but your tits are out at the end of the movie. I don't think you're that depressed, honey. So fucking.
Yeah, she's
No, no,
hilarious.
no nudity though. Fucking. I guess that's
Yeah,
a
like
'90s
no,
thing.
almost no sexual, no nudity. Like they bang, but they don't show anything. Like
Right.